The best nation is the capital. It's standoff. The best station is the capital. It's standoff.
NIT 100.9 FM so ena wasugwe. Omaba yemo bibia aha yemo good afternoon. Ede ba me mighty programmer. Yede sumu nde wie ewo NIT FM so. Na as usual openi kojoda mi ADDO ena mote mi kan. Ende me ina me tina stia nanim na me chinchin na yede asom mo ewo nde wie. Ene Friday 25th day of October 2024. Na endeno me papa da kabre utiane nenti kakra. Nti openi koja da miado. Producer cum host. Ase openi tinemwe na tidi aye ne da no. Fasum oman no. Oman nti ene nde wie yaje kunwa ye ba besom mu. Nti kame ho na yemienu yempia oman no nkonanim. Yemienu o na yepia oman no akonanim. Nti na program kra na yato ne din memman nti. Na jese oman nti na yemienu ina nde wi ye ba besom. Na producer a meti adwemu nde no Magjerry Osayajima ebo mechidom. Saa so na ekuye free ye ohima ekuye free ye onso all service ye. Nti ewie se motemenka e ma no wesi a na je se ohima ekuya wa service me na my fine my fresh service no be papa ba obeka mu asemu a kire mu na ye hwe ye Facebook nso a ubehu mi wo ho NIT 100.9 FM so ubehu me se me kwan e wo Facebook na no ye frema is abankro eni na ya osafo omadaroma ena ubetumi ahwe yen e wo ho nso saa so na obetumi asend no comment kese me bie ya mehu ma membo ne din me bie Facebook na o se KK Kaswa from American Town Kenke House wa send message in the na minim asema wate a otumi asend message afa ho anyway and then your interviews miensa the impenifo ebe kasa interviews akukudam miensa and then esie yehwe ne course of parliament last week and this week last week crown from parliament your call supreme court na saba parliament and yesi obia comment na no puma sibire pa anything no puma sibire pa anything say speaker of parliament and as yemfri as say MPs 9 on across the carpet baako efri NDC miensa baako crowd no yet independent candidate no waba MPP na MPP mienu nso si omoko independent enti my speaker of parliament etinase ato forcing the minority leader erezi and as or the top speaker nim the speaker says say man 2 days no the ruling ebaye the ruling na say sa MPC omo afofete omo seat in parliament enti no just we declare omo seat no vacant and the majority leader honorable Afenyo Markin efutu constituency or sit dabio or the court or the court supreme court atnaso omodium ruling by akenken bia mamoa ena NDC for say omaba be majority this omoko parliament Tuesday etwemu ya just say ombetna the majority side speaker no nimfa so nti eno na de bro haha just say me papa beka epu just say gidigidiye chaos basabasa ye e ba parliament house and na speaker so say ohye chamber no mu no wenya quorum a obetumi e dey aye business for the day nti so etu share that indefinite yes I to say majority leader honorable Afenyo Markin say or co-chair speaker na wa recall parliament back enti be preso edu no yani mpenifo ebedi nkomo no ma kire say parliament as the August house no ehye mbra bi supreme court ewo tumi say obogu anase oyene saying supreme court ekasa say parliament tie na parliament kasa say wakasa wie eno ano no ana nti ene mbranim for ebedi hu komo na everywhere na ya hwe political parties no obia campaign bebi o wewura bebi o nenam nsem o mo ka nti beko party for no ho na nso eno mo di nkomo bebi o mo flag bearer nam bebi o mo running mate nam o mo flag bearer no kra no ne yere nso bebi o nam running mate so yoba nukunu bebi o nam so ye be maso a ne yere bebi o nam ene ono ankaso bebi o nam je ni party for esu bedi nkomo na ya hwe no nso sanso na Gilbert Omane from the MPP obaba demu ha Kingsley Haruna Amaliba oya NDC ni ono so baba edemu ha ena Abdul Hamidu Ibrahim Futa ono so from the CPP Okankwe North constituency no CPP for parliamentary candidate ono so baba demu ha wi na ye no mudi nkomo na there waso fem meka krebi esanse nkaibo bi anase openi bi se yemfa asemintu wanim openi hwanya Dr. Mahmoud Baumia or say Mahmoud Baumia for president. Dr. Mahmoud Baumia for president 2024 or say awie yemfa ntu wanim a se oye bema bia Nyankopon eyina ma oman Ghana so omba bua Ghana ewo abefu kwan so oye vice president oya omampani abedi echire Ekufuado ne abedi echire no vice president of the republic ono sanso ye the flag bearer for the MPP. Ose ono otunu ho asi ho wa ma ne ho kwan manyankopon abɔ ewure no mu ena onam sa kwan no so ode sisa Ghana ewo abaefu kwan so. Ose wo hwe bibi ti say mobile money interoperability enam no so na bedum Ghana enti no sa wo send sika from different network akọ different network and one network to a different network and the same network in kare no anka wo beye we token number bi now they are sending the panel this scanning man no or different network so no inde Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say yan kan kirew enam no so ma saa de we aba nti efiri ho te wo phone pe obo wo MTN o Telecel o MTN o Airtel Tigo o kwa himfa kra na no answer select other network o Telecel o this person o send sika e ko mo bi MTN and so no answer o select other network. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say we enam ono no so na bedum Ghana o say nsi hwa enam ono asusu bio ema e-pharmacy ende e-pharmacy nso ho say prescription bi na wako hospital ye dey amount kra na ehu hia say obetutu anan wanamo akọ pharmacy biara tina ofie anasa oke mu hospital ho kra na anasa himfa kra na eno ane say ukọ app no so e-pharmacy pepepe pharmacy a open no wabo buan say aba indra pay na utumi list uhwa prescription so a wa list kwensi na delivery edi ababa edi ndroni na aba ofie ebi bia obeche se mfensha obia ti Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say e-pharmacy ena mo no nsoso na ode bedum Ghana osi yen no a yen no ano no osi yen san kan kirew say zip line medical drone delivery system Cheridino zip line medical drone delivery system osi enam no so ena ode bedum Ghana enti se wo yare wo kro kumemu kro kesi kakra na kro kesi pa kra mu a chese uko hospital na uhia moja uhia injections bi sa facility no munni bi unsa your cheap compounds your health centers your polyclinics na your hospital so cheap compound bi kro bi so na so waka obi no mu hia sa venom no awo no na omunni bi hospital a eno an say umbe place call to the zip line medical drone delivery system no ofa call telephone hello mini Dr. Susu and so ye hia venom dia wo obi wo ha ye hia moja dia so obi so wo hanom kwansi na omo so ma package dia shesa aeroplane kuma bi aeroplane no kuma bi me dem friend aeroplane no mo dia shem no ma soma no bow eno an say oba be deliver ma baby biada wo memu Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say we enam no so na baaye tina sam tiewa ose ye ne wundi nkomo emfa no ho na sam tiewa o de ma we wia ne say ose Dr. Bawumia say ni vision is simple opese o modernize Ghana Ghana be efficient na a benefit obi biada wo man mu na somebody be na anu say the vision no very very simple inti on the 7th of December aka less than 2 months na yekoto aba the December 7th Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say Ghana nye bomboden sa obeto aba ma no na nyoma we nyoma papa bebre ehye ne mu a opeso de bo man no tientu aba ma no tuma no otuma na o de bebre na beba na Ghana deserves a leader with a proven track record And that leader is Dr. Bawumia. Dr. Bawumia. I say, to Abamano. Na yem build the future together. Just a Ghana, you perceive a queen anymore. You upgrade it. You queen. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Say, in the way, Nasem Siawa. And I don't know, it is here. You best see her.
Neat FM Neo. What's cool, fresh and trendy with a new look? Makes you feel real good, that refreshing vibe. Satisfies you right just the way you like. Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? Ain't gotta do it alone. Specialized makes you flow. Anytime, anywhere. Specialized feel different. Always think specialized. Special Ice Natural Mineral Water. Feel different. Think special. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Charlie, I feel about to idea. Imagine a baby pound. Me who dear met one man impo.
Ah, I don't know who they are better man. Would you make the policy about Mama say the beba?
I feel so NDC bar. You be bien Juman kitten. My person a branch executive na di omo be gym. Say akuko na person share poultry farm. Ketu ebi ni amao akuko bono. Ni ton kuko na mao. Ni amao eduane a ode beto eduane ama sika ode beto eduane amao.
Hey, na renti na mosiri. Onua nyanto boasie. Enti wenti na papa ne se yento abamano ya. E wo ma ye mabunu no.
The person membunu yenya ejuma aye. Jobs would be my major focus. Now me be training 1 million youth in digital skills.
Anya no nko wo se obebie bank ama nwuma nkuma. Se ne be ye omo so betime bie omo nwumam na ma fa ye mabunu no. Osan so se obema ya to ade enne na yetua ne kakra. Eno ne credit scoring system no.
Hey, sir.
Oh, enya no nko ma mensan just oba ko nka ho. Osan so se ode ade a ye frɛ no buy Ghana first policy beba. Eno no opese Ghana fo nwuma no mu bie no mutimi fa ye mabunu no.
Wow. Sisi adie. December 7th abatu no. Minim dia meto ama no. Dr. Bawumia. Wana meto ama.
Anio, bold solutions na Dr. Bawumia say ode ba ma mabunu no. We ye mu nketu akra.
Me kra masesa ma adwen o. Sisi ade enya ade a meto ma JDM bio. The bold solutions man no. Onno na meto ama no.
Mo minia wa ye ni nyina. Afi we die. Dr. Bawumia vote no. Yemfa ncheche.
Ende therefore there yemfa cheche. Therefore there yemfa cheche.
Vote Dr. Bawumia. Number 1 on the ballot.
Neat FM Neo.
Neat 100.9 FM Sune. Yekoya ya ba. Yeko ahomano su straight. Na endeno yentwentwa ye nase. Nti yensa aka lawyer Kwame Adofo, a private legal practitioner. Law, Pacho, good afternoon. Law, ewie Pacho, what is saying?
Unia hoye pa na moswe.
Yes, we are here. It does say we be science here there. Now, law, ewie there, ba wana so yes, say ode be school kakra. Question na say near AC or parliament. Esan say MPC 9B across the carpet. And Speaker Bagbin edin ruling by near a call Supreme Court. Nti ye bisa question say Parliament ekasa Supreme Court ebetumi adane no ana Parliament kasa wakasa obia ede no ho yetio
Minia mamentia obio na mentia otiefo ene wahefo na o question no a straightforward question anu yie na ne say I'm not for so separation of powers baby obi agina no ye baby obi agina president ene na powerful gina baby parliament for gina baby and court as Sujina baby. I want Mokasa, I want to the separation of powers, no see yet, man. And Chimun is saying, and Chimu woman say, you executive, I a president not powerful. Almost 2 million a year. Then when we are one could do baby, say to me, test if you say, and you be a 2 million over the age, man. Oma abuse to me, and I say, almost 2 million years, you prepare, said the Brandon. And a parliament, so as a so to me, almost over the year, you they pass it, Emra, and that's a loss. A dream baby, I said to me, test if you say, Emra on my personal. And you be almost quite some passes, Amranana. Then, no, Emma. A judiciary and as a court in the Bumno. Eti Obi and Nigerian say the court a parliament kasa no akasa full stop because parliament is a master of themselves. Almost just here. The same way, almost say executive president we just swear near Manoa. So no he can fire and hire into bit me a the panel almost they are wrong. Court no and acting as checks and balances. To make sure, say, that too many of them must are 2 different institutions, no. Almost you should not in line with the constitution. This week, I can't want to in England, almost parliamentary supremacy. In Ghana, we have constitution or constitutional supremacy. Meaning that Opia's constitution. Only who we amount to me into the open away. Now, my pharmacy this week, their course nothing. This week, their course none say. Parliament, see, say a yes speaker. A see, say, Wabutu, Dipaku, our 9, our Mujina constituency be, and then Wabutu Makunya.
Sir,
now, Wabutu Makunya, not to say. We declare we sit in a vacant. Now, I see now, speaker is seeing. Now, if yes, you pay. Speaker Michael Quay, as I the same thing. And until Ushima, they over say, quite predictable, say, Speaker Babis obey the same thing. And on that, this week we can't say. In a sense, constitution na kasangasa actually pefe acquire pass to declare it vacant. Any speaker. Constitution say the High Court has jurisdiction to declare a seat vacant.
Okay.
But you have 2 instances. But we speaker okay. No declare Famina MP seat vacant.
Yeah.
And this has also been followed by Speaker Babe. But what the common constitution be bien must speaker quite say or declare seat vacant. And it's idea na say court bem. Yeah, say and it be almost to me be na so many to me. And then say Supreme Court no ever interpret Article 97 1G no.
Yes.
And H no. But you see, the moment over trigger now be invite the Supreme Court. And so when say Supreme Court in the baby and I'm going to invite him. Okay, and maybe 11 time. There was an issue about quorum.
Yes.
And a number you need in Parliament to be able to pass a law.
Yes.
And no buy and so you could teach them. Now no speaker Babi in Kasama. That example not the mind. I take 1 1 1 1 2 3 or so. Say a guide I must say no future speaker piano you say you be here minimum of half of the members present to pass.
Before so much me I transact our business. No?
Thank you. As I'm now Kokota Anka name is a simple a majority of people present. By a coin, who said no, it's more than that.
There should be a number.
A certain number.
Mm-hmm.
You see, no, the Akoso Nano, a year, a member Supreme Court decision, I mean, who say, and you be a speaker, be Basso Dachi. Which pended to me, at Danny will be a Kunyana. And the matter speaker, the position is so powerful. The whole constituency, my letting one person so good German. Nothing who is speaker, nahi. Nothing, who is majority leader. Nothing who is minority leader. Francophobia and 7 months come to home. I'm here from working. Constituency. I'm working Parliament. A pastor as well. Now, almost a representative. What happens? You see, this week, Emma in who say, that statement is the absolute power is dangerous. No, a year pass now, it has come to the fore. I be one who say, we can wear so powerful. Or not to the extent that which medical BC, we can tell her. Eti omo ka say parliament kasa no wakasa parliament here master of itself no omo say parliament to me they derive that to me from the constitution and therefore we do say we are not a level we are not a line be now so more cross what is permissible or permissible by the constitution now. Somebody has to come in and that person is the court. It means I think say firstly, and then the credit that the parliament is a master of itself, and therefore they can do what they like. The court is there to act as checks and balances to make sure the executive they stay in their line, and parliament also stays in its line.
Okay. Now, law who kasa Speaker Mike Eronokwe, ne pension or declare for mena seat no vacant no otiye. Saa so na Speaker Bagwin so 4 seats ya nso ebutuni onso weti. Na say Speaker Babin me fa say mistake Michael Eronokwe eye no onso repeat the same thing. But omu ina so ye lawyers kuku dampa nti omu nim anasa omu sheda.
Oh. Lawyers the be idea some. Put me call no debate. Put me call no debate. I don't just want to abon. Just at that time, no. The way I would be no say as a run fan. Only a crowd tick a crime who said no, you are wrong. It doesn't mean so. So what I say, Speaker Michael Quaid, what they buy no, I spoke out that time. But now I'm for too busy for elections. They did not even care about formula. But my position then is still the same. One person is speaker. Constitution is a high court. And so on what basis the speaker to me this qualifier be? But of course, nipa na Franco court. And the nya surgeon the court 2020 now and 2024 repeat years and I don't blame them individuals for that position. And especially crowd. And the because will be a great here, a best speaker quick crowd here. So Speaker Babindi. Only one say, yeah, so cool at the number. Speaker, and you will be a citizen. MPP DNC, say now, Speaker Okwe, it was also follow it.
Enti law, me fan say, so be a fume kuma, now so fumeja. Who follow precedent? If the president is wrong, why must you follow it?
Now the future speaker will be careful because that time no woman testing. I say whether I was wrong. So I can be tested here. I can speaker Babin would not have made that order. So it will be sure say, with the benefit of hindsight, Yenny so he was wrong, but he doesn't believe that he was wrong. But I still believe that this is an opportunity for the Supreme Court. So basically, whether any speaker at all, whether Omo Mabasenko, Omo Mobadachio, almost to me, to declare a seat vacant.
Eti law yam share na sisia parliament aka de and Supreme Court so they are better say they should stay execution. Na no does it bind parliament?
Absolutely. Woman choice. How can you be a parliamentarian? Now, also, you derive your powers from the constitution. Now, constitution in my Supreme Court, the power and authority to determine issues of law. Now, Supreme Court has several order. That's also on comply. Then you are being lawless. Being why any speaker will go against it. And I'm sure say, now tell you kind of, I say you seven.
Yes.
The moment of Becca's seven means he is prepared to defer whatever he's doing until say Supreme Court Becca's. And you know the Omo Becca's Supreme Court, they don't know what they are talking about. Because if you do know what you are talking about, Supreme Court several processor, you be very careful to say you ignore it. Because the consequences are very high.
One shall cry now, or contempt of court.
And on him, you do know. You don't go to Supreme Court, a different story. You do my bontia by no.
Say no, unkwana ukojina box in
yeah, easy. Would you know Moncasa? One name Samuel Kuno Dinkobo, one name Dr. Yenny Num Dinkobo, or my Domako, and yeah, easy, sir. And we are sure, say, Speaker will comply. Well, only choice. He has to comply. The Supreme Court doesn't want to comply. What then do you want? Are you a law unto yourself? Papa comply.
Okay. Law, young Shani see what parliament. Nano Brady. Say majority force and minority for we are quite now way hey Emma honorable after marking and then the dom and walk it out no. And also your comment on that.
Well, I am a because I don't think that necessary. But almost diffuse in a sense that I necessary January 6th, the way you know, not quite one sided be. But the other much past with a normal call. Now, I say, I quite going to be safe. When you're conducting a serious business, now they are much past.
No crowd now. Yeah, crab, binu business na yem penny for it. Are they serious?
As a school, seven wo mutimodo. Meaning say, is it because you're more attached to your secondary school than our universities are? In the other secondary school days, names are activities and secondary school more pronounced. As a university. Maybe that is what it is. But I was surprised because na me expect say on be kono makoye ma pass at can I say anything? And in fact three years. The honor the midman can say next time and it might be the TBU. Because the optics don't look good.
Nana anka bibibe sanka say majority mbekwa kwatena minority side no for that day na motumi aye business because speaker
whether you are a majority or minority it's a matter of law.
Yes.
And if the law says you are a majority, you are a majority. So they will not change your status. It is a common speaker. The speaker would have had no choice than to follow whatever the law says. But I said, yeah, nipa bin person or the mrabe or the onwani pay. I got number by force, and I think that was not necessary because if the law says you are majority, you are the majority. Even when you are not sitting on the left or right, you are the majority. Indeed, a 100 years. Really, I prefer that someone part by force and you be savio. Say in the future, no. Or who say it's a question of law because we got not say you don't have the numbers. You are a minority. And so we should not repeat what happened again.
Okay. Now, law obi krasi yembisa say ubetna speaker nimfa ana ne benkum no ewo yembre mu yemra pon no ewo mu e kire we se wo ye dom kese a ubetna ana se dom kuma ubetna bibi sa wo mre no mu a
in fact the constitution the as far as I'm aware no constitution can be bisa maybe I'm not sure say be standing orders no and will be bisa wo dia but as far as I'm aware the constitution I'm not sure say constitution can say we my dodoa nanifa we kuma trabonkum and the constitution be you know kasa maybe I know standing orders and maybe
yani lawyer Kwame Adofo or a private legal practitioner ne ne di nkomo na yesi onfa enko school kakra efa no na yesi wo parliament ekopie supreme court na esan ba parliament no na yesren se omeyen onfa enko school na omeyen ti asem na siye na law ye bisa se we na mu no obi musi because eye election year nti na ama NDC for almost sorry gidigidi say omoko the majority side na day na honorable Atoforson or the assembly to jana so already wa parliament no say some 4 MPCB call independent na bibisa no ntino or the two speaker nim no omu free ho no obeka bibisa say omu be omu ba be majority nti omu ba levy ombetwem na eno no ubeye majority sana ubenya powers bi etumi akase emrebia wo no uba ya wo de ba betu tables na yetwemu ana
Odame
Lord
Luha upa se bravo parliamentar na meye bravo when we know so the former president sign
okay
and the fan say it is even possible so me pass ya on be pass ya still meye bravo
president Kufuor so na tisue
thank you and ya the president best time it was a dead end. It was a road to nowhere. Just say you wasting 1 week. Here parliament.
And no crown can baby say that and can be a follow-up question no say and your course na no abua on my Ghana.
A waste of time. Sure. You say no. You want to say it is true and this is the majority. And they say they are passing laws. They pass the law. But remember, this is a president that signed. And you know the president will not sign. So what is all this process? I'm a force by a majority by force to pass a law that will never see the light of day. What was the point? The people say, to what end? Because we pass a law, no. If I say we pass it illegal, so we abolish. And it's not signed. It means, in effect, what you've done is zero. Yeah, it's an cost 90.
Yeah, cost 90.
Hey, so what is the point? Wabra, because that time, what if they come constantly, Marco campaigning, in the hope that you can win? How we I was sitting. What did they achieve? I don't understand it. Maybe I will reason beyond my idea. Maybe I will political message via. Almost send it to the electorate. So, but in terms of the practicality of it, the achievement and results, nothing. You say if they become majority, nothing can be done. By law, nothing, because you don't get anybody to sign it.
And I say, former President John Dramani Mahama, or say NDCI majority, no boss, Neniji, or say and cry a sign saying Yankupon. Ama omunya parliament a majority of parliament see and also be to me any effect on the 7 December elections are yekui but my this say winning.
Mr. Dami, were you expecting the president to go against his party and members of parliament openly? No way. So about Pabon, he was I don't agree with my members of parliament for what they've done. Hey, that would have been suicidal for him. That would have big stab in his back, in their back, sorry. And they expected, say, or bɛka deɛ ɔkaeɛ no because that's what mom support. Oh, they make it. What do you mean, mama condemn on one party so close to an election time? And yeah, something that realistically, I said, come on, expect the he said what he has to say because I won't call election messaging. You have to appear to be in unison. So, me na didn't call Omano call Benkrum. Even if the former president one no one ya didn't grana on my body, me can open that. Or be sure support.
Okay.
And defense solidarity.
Okay.
But he knows that the practical effect, even the MPs themselves, they know the practical effect of what they've done is causing. Because we hear all this and you can't pass and make a bill become law. Now it's what we do time. I says LGBT, other laws also on sign, presidents on sign. Because on sign, all the work we've done is zero. It maybe say the parliament na majority and koyomo majority. Not a minority. Yeah, majority. It means that we are going to waste the rest of the 3 or 4 weeks election. But na majority be your majority now. They will at least be able to do some work. Be passing some laws. And mind you, one more end of service benefits crack home.
Es gracia.
Yeah, just move on the party. And the mommy optimistic said they will come and pass.
Yeah, and who woman go there?
Almost you got.
Na
no more go visa.
Lo, who kasano ka bibi say, sir, me first 1 week are wasting anka omo ye smart krana eso omo call mo consensus krana omo dukoye omo koye campaign wo hono. So in this case, NPP General Secretary Etro Kratabi my Tama Speaker declare some CTB vacant. Was he smart on that to say all share the MPs in Ukraine say no matter what has happened in the Parliament House was he smart on that?
You see what I mean? Look at it. You were less than 6 weeks to an election. So just think about it. If you're an MP, you can choose not to go to Parliament again. Because Parliament really is nearly dead. Why would you want to be with a dying horse?
This 8th Parliament, the same see here.
I can't crave. So-called constituency now, I know you're more important than we have one. You for sure take control. You take any majority. Apart from say we show militants, who achieve it. And I'm going to say, it's on back of Krana, say, MPP chair, CSA, NDC majority. Tell I want to be a I want to pass the law. Bill, number pass, I will never become law. It's Ubusa said, Nino, I didn't know, I could say, everyone's MPP at chair, yes, only a minority. NDC in their majority. Don't pass the law near who passed the bill now? Law. You say I sign. And President KWADWO is going. He doesn't care. He will not sign. So what is going to say?
Yes.
I think this whole process was a waste of everybody's time. Then you say, but every no more come there and can we focus on winning the next election. Because we need the next election, all this will become, we say, a nullity.
Okay. Yes. Law. Now, proud to Tuesday, can I say, face off. I said Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Some WhatsApp chats be APA. But unye bi ekenka bi. Uhwe bi. Na. No. Ujitum anasa ujidi se free.
Share WhatsApp chat na. Ukra waka me. Who be busa say, but who will sign this bill, even if we pass it?
Yes.
How will say, you for so pass the bill, who will sign? Clearly say, even those members no grano. They were not comfortable with that line. So, there's no doubt that a waste of time. But at least the optics is good. You can prove your militancy. And you've had a youthful exuberance. Yes, you are never one near your pa and oh, yeah. Now here's someone who will lead the charge. No, we're very young. Member of Parliament for Medina, member for Ningu. Who can say the blood is high?
Yeah, ADDO. Agbejak Govins.
But the blood is, oh, we're young. If we don't, maybe they'll grow out of it. You know the level of militants, you get to a certain age at the child. All this militants.
So we now quite say Misano, may your mother say Akoda, many. Okay. No.
Yep. Youthful exuberance.
Yes.
Who do it be? Now, reality is that it's thinking. No, but you said that it's a food thing. No, about promote that it's a pakakra.
I feel now who Sakura.
I feel always that even me were slow down. No, maybe when you bet whom you put I don't want what you say. We can check over.
Sir?
Oh, yeah.
Lord, yeah, we are Tuesday, Nana, sir. Face of Ikosu, Bruhaha, hey, what Parliament between Parliament House and Accra International Conference Center. A one na ekoso in some chofo bopini honorable Harry Nedrusu or no or a cover by or my hint before answer na parliament cry a resume no say some 4 city be nti omba be majority na den ono na some chofo bopini wo ye brade no o ka some different say Supreme Court na betumi settle another ono ye the final arbiter nti ono na cover by no na fe Supreme Court dey aba na ne manfo so hey ebom atwimomome ewo cancer Parliament House ono asoso cancer foforo
Mr. Dami.
Law.
All the lawyers in NDC and MPP know that that is the correct position of the law.
Now, Xavier Sosusa, your lawyer.
Uchi Dr. Yenia. Exactly the same thing.
Yes, and also the same thing, yes.
And now, Uchi say, so obvious. Xavier Sosu. He knows it. But to court them or the record. I know Babon the record. He knows it. And they say, 2012, Supreme Court necessarily 2020, Supreme Court necessarily 2024, your resolution, only the Supreme Court will settle this. One more years and one they are just saying two things. Obama can't share the supporters. No, what is the correct position of the law? Now, Supreme Court has settled 100%. Afani kwa, Hana is also settled. It's the way it is. It's because of strict separation of powers. No one chat here. Obi said, "Obi a power yepe. Obi a power yepe." Supreme Court, another court, another judiciary. Omo na ye final arbiter. Omo na check it to make sure the executive you are doing your work, and Parliament you are doing your work in accordance with the law. And you know credit that so many to me yepe. Because Parliament be passing bra. Not Supreme Court are striking it down. Say illegal. Several instances. Are they saying say Supreme Court striking those down? No. Supreme Court is saying that we're higher than them. That is the way it works.
Not just
others don't watch it. And I said they don't know. Lawyers say they watch it.
Not just say Supreme Court no there or say interpretation be ba and I say maso twin be ba e wo ya articles ni wo constitution ni mu a omo the law is in their bosom.
Exactly.
Okay.
And until now Coco pass a law because this law is illegal. You are not allowed. I didn't hear. I don't know where your bank commit because a law is illegal.
Na say e bit to me bio.
And I said that is the reality. Supreme Court has the power to tell the president he's wrong. What head of level case, you know?
Yes. Yeah, Kwame Faso a man call leave.
Yes. Supreme Court catches a president what here.
Yes.
I didn't know what you said to me. No. The same way, Supreme Court the Catare 2012 said John Muhammad into a banana. I never did it, and so much of 2020. Supreme Court the Catare John Muhammad said, "Tell you one barrier, and you want to bring us with it." It is 2024. Supreme Court now have a sacrifice. The Casa will be in bit no everything because almost to say penny for Casaria, Jaria, the future asa.
Law. Yane lawyer Kwame Adofo or a private legal practitioner on a new comedy. Say on Fayanko school kakra na yente a CA near course of Parliament, a course Supreme Court, Asamba Parliament. Now, law, ye bisa bibi say, who said before Tuesday no, Monday no, ye who in Kratabi say also for immediate release, security measures for proceedings from Tuesday 22nd October 2024. And one also as part of measures put in place to ensure the safety and security of the Right Honorable Speaker, MPs and staff. Honorable members are respectfully to take note of the following. Now, can I say, as a next Robi a woman?
Oh, look, the parliamentarians and I lead it generally. Let's protect you. Let's say more the highest form of security because common representative, not themselves, common represent the whole constituency. And now, speakers were a symbol of parliament. And it's a BBC bar, more protection. How many here? Now, my teacher says, Speaker can request security arrangements. And it's on the request here. He's entitled to the security arrangements. But the symbolism, the speaker will be harmed. And of course, let's say protect the speaker. Just like our other leaders. So what they make it.
There's a law way omuamu hu no mo say ye kwatena majority ye kwatena minority ye betena ye be so omuamu hu nti then e let tintin a
okay there are some with hot blood even moja no ye moja see young and there's a control to make sure say they don't misbehave, that's all. I don't know.
Because okay, new crampo they say all MPs, staff and members of the press will be screened thoroughly before the entry into the chamber. And they only they be a
hot-headed, even we are young. And yes, every teacher said nobody comes to behave.
No matter
including themselves.
Na so mo bet me adan mo ho aye adin se mo hu.
And you never know. Intelligence and also security people know what they are doing. But my dear say, speaker na request.
Yes, speaker na request is security for Embraho.
Yeah, that I'm saying.
Ntina say na stroke karu.
And yeah, you know head abu speaker. If you ever catch say ebinim, as if you take precaution.
And I said, prevention is better than kiosk.
As always.
Obviously, prevention is better than kiosk.
Yeah,
Any lawyer, Kwame Adofo, and Yanedi Nkomo, Iwe, Wacheche, and Numum Kakra, say, near course of Parliament, the PMO Supreme Court, near Samba Parliament. No, and the crowd in Yoka said, and Kehumpo here, we make for 1 week and almost 2 weeks. You're wasting keke. Ya fa ye bibia fa mbobra papa bia. Dilo. Ye da se ende wie so woni akasa. Se na de bia wo ye no. Ye da se pa nyame hyew.
Minia, beso ndamasi. Ya menka mo.
Ye ne lawyer Kwame Adofo na di nkomo no. Na ye ba sisia.
FM Neo.
I'm saying that Ghana must not introduce free SHS on the whimsical promise of a desperate politician. Many mistakes have been made by countries in Africa already with free SHS.
Akufado, minya udeni, uye bwe. Baumia, minya udeni, uye bwe.
Hey, Mami Jemfua, ne dena mo wani aji area we say.
Minia, se me kaya dia free SHS, ayama me ne me ma wo hu. Na me hu ne minya mpo. Esan dia na nado danko Akufado, eno Dr. Baumia ayenti. Se wo kaya bra, me kuna no hwe yen nyina efri mu no.
Ane, me kai pa.
Na ni daso nyina sa. Se me de me mami ensa ne nyina be ko school. Ekosi se na nado danko Akufado, eno Dr. Baumia, e di free SHS e baye. Se sia me mami ensa, Kofi, Esi, ene Kojo, nyina ko school akese ni bi. Minia, na wonim de ya no mo eka. Omo se omo ba, omo de nsatraye bebe mo. Ebi mo se omo ba omo be twam. Ebi mo so omo ba omo be ma ofo ni bi atue school fees ni bi.
Hey, omo pese omo yoma de ni bi mo. Enti just why na ntua. Na why nkwa ni free. Omo pese omo ya, ye ni bi no. Esi nchen. No mo side omo connection man. Any protocol nsem yi. Say free SHS papa ya yemba yi koyo.
Eno ti na wose aboy ahomodin bia say. Ye bebo free SHS ho ban. Na ya no ma mba mba say ade papa. Na nado ene Dr. Baumia e de abrayen yi o.
Anya free SHS we ya na mama ne nkofo say anya possible yi. Nanso se say dear.
It is possible. Afiwe, yet two about the above free SHS ho buying. Two mama Dr. Baumia, #1 on the ballot.
Hey, catch it. Listen in here. And you ma beto to dia me baba no hwade no. Twem so betumi a. Hey, asew. Hey, now beka. Ya John to mami ensa duku portmanteau. This way chocolate drink. Na kan wo hwe afibian so beri ni waware ni a. This way chocolate drink. Na kan sia. Oh, asew. We dan kan no tumu ho. Me be mo anu nso hye kura dia ka ho. Wo hwade a wapi ho. O ka se batete e da fom ho. This way chocolate drink.
Crash up a baba worry.
Asew.
Ye fear say this way chocolate drink ya sorry no pa no ne yenom. Ye bishop fridge nom no snack. Ye nya hoho anu ne de serve wo mo. Ye didi wie ne ye pe bibia bogu ya de so a. This way chocolate drink ne yenom. And this way no ti anu a, he se kire wom, koko wom, prick wom, bibia wom, ade wo hia ne so hye.
This way chocolate drink.
Je wo hia ani so hye.
FDA ahwe se adwede nkratoe mo agye atum se eye.
Neat FM Neo.
Neat 100.9 FM Suni. Ekoya Yaba. Deputy General Secretary Mustafa Gbandi. Yamwaha adeba me mighty programs wo Neat FM so. Na apomwe. Mustafa mene Magjeria da wasawai.
Nyaminshira pa.
Nyaminshira wayade. Ade a me peso pa na ode abedo me no. Yes. Na se me de bia me chefugu.
Oh, ne girlfriend dame so ban efe.
Oh. Enti fugu na ode abedo me ne de se wayade pa yeni aso. Nyaminshira. Why? Nyaminshira pa yedase. Na Mustafa ewie ye fro aboko. Ye hwe se NDC campaign ehimfa na modu. Na den na moye semben na mo ka kire nkrofo a mususu se nkrofo nyagidie wo mu se ebeto aba ma mu 2024 elections ya ye koyi.
Minu ya meda wase na machewa chief nso nyina.
Chief was the was.
NDC dia. Sisi ya be Ghana fo nyina dia ba kope. Ghana fo abra esum ena te wo abeye se yeti ayi ase Ghana fo abeye se nyanka President Akufado ne na busia fo ne party fo empenyi fo afa Ghana fo japade nyina afa Ghana fo ayete se nyanka enne uko hospital Rebecca say boss why the paper ni pa hono ebi ni ho na so betimi anya bi hospital no mu ato bucket ebi ni ho gita wa o yare a wakọ hospital say wo kwa yare sabia no gita wo san kope na wo to ye wi a ye pe bebi di wada empan wo beda so onya enne health insurance ana eye abrubuafo ehiafo nyina de free president ba ko na de ba President Akufado so enne health insurance agu enna ye ka say MPP free senior high school napo abreso and wo ko sign contract man adam for 11 million Ghana cedis every month
See internet in schools, secondary schools, na yema entiminsuya there. And now you can say, Wi-Fi and po unya no secondary schools, na waka say internet. ICT labs. Said the year 2016, this government cannot tell you, sir, they have been able to revamp ICT labs in the secondary school. But one more driving campaign is digitalization. Another fraud. And now you say a teacher for student teacher ratio are multiplied because of free SHS. A Driania school kolani di sabi yamfama nipa manini. Ni nyina na say so we share bila free senior high school feeding as component. We share bila da ho. Now we share the quality of feeding ayadema yamano a ube bisa say MPP penifo ne abamu penifo, are they human beings? Do they have children? Do they reason? The lack of nutrition, the poor nature of feeding of our children in schools. Any political parties means change. Go and interview the students and tell them their ordeal. They will tell you how they feel whilst being in school. Educational curriculum. Also, because digitalization, they haven't done a curriculum. One of the laptops, iPad, because schools be the school college iPad. And the class is not fitable. Today, as we speak, 7 months above, those iPads have not been given to the students. And then, any committee report about one thing said, and social yamano extra school. No projector or board so near the answers at the phone so I'm school colado. So if you are a parent and your child bring this report to you, said this is what government is doing now. Are you happy that your child is being trained well? Because the MPP is looking for appreciation in the number of passes so that they will make politics with it. They are not looking at quality education. And this Ghana first year bar, will improve in the quality of the student contact hours, we improve on the quality of learning, we improve on the quality of feeding. Infrastructure, John Dramani Mahama or co-opposition. The same infrastructure is still there. Let the MPP put out if they have built a single infrastructure in the educational sector. Meaning, Coco. President Akufo-Addo is from Achim, Ofrikoko areas. And I say these things because me abasa mean ya papa no na boa asantefo ni Achimfo mamudo mkoko afianza ni nyabiedi. President Akufo-Addo cannot deceive all of Ghana that he doesn't know the benefits of cocoa. And the cocoa ekwejuma group under their own. Ashanti region is the stronghold of the MPP. Their predominant kind of nature of business farming cocoa under their own. President Akufo-Addo, cocoa ekwejuma group. Fertilizer woman to me top. Seedlings woman to me top. Assassin Momo Ayedido Cocoa, President Akufo-Addo is the first president of Ghana. What me issue permit and the man penny for an appointees are woman mining in the forest reserve. How do you mine in the forest reserve and pretending you will destroy water bodies? And then planting for food and jobs. What would give him over $90 million? It is now even coming, sir. They're now planting for food and job, no? Or much it's current or mafa. And in next, a Gianni Boy, 2016, Oko flower, 90 cities, and there 400 per acre. Oko top crantia untmin top. Oko to we decide untmin top. Meaning, oh, yeah, then what the dog yadoma. And now, Oko duties are a tria. President Akufo-Addo na buying at the over 43 taxes at the two importation too. And this uko amanone koto kataya. For. What the bedu habwa, you pay over 7 times the bill of Nyama Wakakotono. And the people who are affected, most of them are Asante or Asante region. That is why Asante region is not supporting the MPP. Anti-Ejume group, people who are in import business are collapsing. They are losing businesses because we have a bad government, a president in place. We have seen with our naked eyes the level of appetite, the level of feeling by this government and its appointees to steal as if the world is coming to an end. Canada, Japan, Anumuto, the MPP for Womu Luya to say a children niveau. Canada, Japan is a flag bearer contestant of the MPP. He's a businessman. Also, the MPP is stealing as if there is no tomorrow. They have stolen and forgot that all of us, the people of Ghana, deserve to live. And now, you can say, parents do what want to me, empo a 3 square meal or their money back. Eddie. And ma see our real here, and mama people are watching themselves dying because they don't have money to take care of their lives. President Akufo-Addo and his appointees are living lavish lifestyles and enjoying with women. On top of it, what this government has done, one of its biggest crimes, a year friend day, one village, one dam. So if you put all of this together, the Ghanaian people doesn't need the NDC to work hard. The Ghanaian people will support any agenda that will ensure that this government is not in place again. The biggest mistake that the people of Ghana have made ever in the history of this country was to allow President Akufo-Addo and his sort of appointee to be in government.
Okay.
And now on the Parliamentary.
Mustafa, check campaign kakransa yebeba Nana mi bisa se wakasa for 10 minutes. Ni awka ina na Ghana fo begina so ato aba. Hwe se asem ben na NDC as a party a 2024 elections yi mu mo capture the electorate say monto aba emma yen NDC for esan number 1 2 3 nti ene ye petie.
NDC will do the opposite of what this government have done. NDC will do the opposite of family and friends. And we have lived it before. President Mahama Nema Amfagana Fuska, President Akufo-Addo's children have taken on it. President Mahama then MA Finance Minister and Commission. President Akufo-Addo have done it. President Mahama didn't rent a private jet and stolen COVID money. President Akufo-Addo's regime have done so. President Mahama led an infrastructure revolution. This government didn't do that. NDC said, Kuyajuma and Kuya phone to me and Yaba, Yabe create a great service center to them, a great consultant. A church war, oh, Kakondoa, Dame Usena, why did you talk about Kakondoa? Ulia, Kakondoa, Ulia, Bruno, Yanao, agenda. The NDC's agenda is to keep every Ghanaian business person standing. Once you are a Ghanaian, John Mahama's regime will support you to grow. It won't collapse businesses because you are affiliated to the NDC and you are not even an achieved person in 2-year business and a cool business. What Akufo-Addo, President Akufo-Addo have done. Go and ask businessmen. Tell you collapse businesses because President Akufo-Addo believes that you are not an achieved person and answer you are not supporting him. Business. The NDC will not do that. The NDC is excellent John Dramani Mahama. So being common and expert things NDC support Go and ask them. Go and ask those people.
Okay.
NPP after 2 months, 8 years. They have not built a single factory in Ashanti region that employs 10 youth.
Okay. Nature say. Hello, Mustafa.
Constructed schools. The FEC have built hospital projects there. The FEC have built the biggest infrastructure market project in Ashanti region, which is the biggest in West Africa, in Ashanti region.
Okay.
That is not a stronghold of the NDC.
And some say, and I'm more catcher among better abano. And some baby.
I go to the planet there. Yes, Bansu. The day Mustafa na India assigned I will be arrested. President Akufo-Addo appointees are almost yet to Womotu. Midka kasi ya investigated there 57 and 58. Ya investigated chrono and one more bo. All those 58 appointees. You better cannot.
Na Mustafa Sassamo Yantimbre say a bambi so na obi peso betu na obeka na yeba ebe chichom egum na oba ebe yom say but ni na yehu president Kufuor time NDC by led by Tamils ye kan say Kufuor be so the same thing enti yehu obi a ya china tumu a yese aban bi ba ya obechi omo aban na ete so omo tu omo no nkrofo gumu nti we ni ye kenken kwa
President Preso Kai the boss may his soul rest in peace, Dr. Kwabena.
Yes. Kill the cat.
Because we were of the
Mustafa Tano Hoka can align no education. Yane Mustafa Bandi, NDC Deputy General Secretary. Nene di nkomo ye hwe party no campaign. Baby omodun some mo catch the electorate say omuntu aba omamu no. Ena yene di nkomo. Mustafa what me ka? Aha.
The party was President Kufuor appointees. President Mills said, "Oh, Mama, Jamfan, Nianku Yenu."
Oh, na yena ya kan say Asamoah Boateng mo ko chin wo ya kan say airport.
President Mills said, "Yema near and say the way you any guy." President Akufo-Addo, the campaign is President Maham was treated to about 8 years in year. Meaning propaganda.
Most of propaganda be an amoy.
President Akufo-Addo's regime have done the unthinkable. The Kadobu a woman we a woman fast way we are now. You will be the organ has a you will man penya or the ECG the man a bustian for 19 now. I woman ECG revenue 6 months. Obunya you will be that.
Yeah, okay.
You don't need evidence matter because it is true. So and
enti NDC ba sankrofo yi nya court kra na mo de ombeko chese mo chi omo a Mustafa sa jina ye kakra na Ahman mbwa yi aha Mustafa
yes promo ha ye fa Ahman so become that's where the boss on the court no be the court no as finally say with this car you the law will deal with you
aha nti mamu nka say mobile be chi chiom na ebe yom say because e dia sa nipa no so he will be heard what you say yani Mustafa Bandi na eni di nkomo na ahoma na tom atiatom nti ye be say raise aba ene ya to nkomo no so or your deputy general secretary ema NDC yani ne hwe party no nsampo a omo ka kire omo to aba se omo to aba omo reasons ya omo de omo se omo ye better option na se omo ye den a nti Mustafa Samba Mustafa
Minia
aha ziade mu ye pa
look President Akufo-Addo better so he endorsed practiced incentivized corruption
Oh, you no case say u bana bemu no de benya ho de a and de pebebi fai.
Obwa, President Akufo-Addo is a victim of his own circumstances. Because President Akufo-Addo as a person, his appetite for money is so high.
How?
Just that we didn't know that he will allow his appointees to create, loot, and share with opulence, impunity, and arrogance the way they have done it.
Until the appointees bang, which may pinpoint to the way.
Kenofodaka is one of them.
Loot and share.
Cecilia Dapa is one of them.
Cecilia Dapa or created the no loot to share.
President Akufo-Addo himself is corrupt. President Akufo-Addo is corrupt.
How?
Planting for food and job. The minister Ben Okoshe Honey, friend is
Akoto.
Akoto is one of the most corrupt appointees of President Akufo-Addo.
Nyawu Ken Mustafa, for evidence be end to table no see. Unsa wo come from him. Say we are corrupt.
Causing financial loss. Your friend is saying one village, one dam.
Obi di na court. And I went to me
So I'm just telling you that when we come, President Mahama's government would have as a priority the agenda of government policy to recover all stolen wealth.
No, Mustafa, Mimi Kase, Wabo, former agriculture minister Dean, say, or you corrupt. Nam say, Obi di na court. My court now approve say.
Court where judiciary now corrupt no. I am corrupted no.
Oh, judiciary cry corrupt.
Now we will be about court. Judiciary way. Look, justice is sold under President Akufo-Addo. Said he a tongue cut here.
Mustafa, we will cancel.
The judges at the judiciary today, me, if you steal anything from me, I will either forgive you or I'll deal with you in my own right. I won't take you to court because I don't believe that the judges at the judiciary today can give justice. Justice that is not politically induced. Justice that is not sold. I don't believe it.
Yeah, judges ya netina to force ya some so and the mu hail you me.
Menya to force and I didn't hail any judge. I am telling you that for me, I believe that the judiciary today is corrupt. Very corrupt. The worst is the Supreme Court. That is the worst. We've never seen this kind of Supreme Court before.
In fact, Niawo Kano, me, ODAME ADDO, any mistake Neat FM programming me mind. You knew what dance be a
look. I have suffered the biggest injustice from the judiciary of this country. Only Hani could demolish him with an ex-party order. Does it make judicial sense? The demolition will be free with an ex-party order. Have you heard it before? They have made nonsense of law and the rule of law. And if we don't restore this, Ghanaians will lose confidence in their own country. When people believe, say, the judiciary that is supposed to give them justice is corrupt, what do you want them to do? And now no parliament are deal with maybe a judiciary now, you know. You ODAME, you are a journalist. Are you happy about it? Are you proud of the judiciary?
Oh my then.
Would the Minaman can tell him?
So in your my you won't carry.
Judiciary entna, it doesn't sit on Friday. A Banadena Supreme Court constitutes Friday my judgment.
So almost a case, you know, the magnitude of the case as I said,
so a drew parliament assembly. They for bill or whatever.
Nancy, you.
I don't hear the Supreme Court couldn't sit on Friday, but Parliament they drew the Supreme Court entna Friday was able to sit, and the judgment they have made is shameful. It's an embarrassment to the legal fraternity.
And she said, Parliament, I dear be, next be the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court no amani ruling now. And you know, Kwanswaro no. Esan say,
don't give
Constitution natural say, Sabibina Yantiasia. The Supreme Court is there to interpret it.
So you are telling me that the Supreme Court and the judiciary today does not prioritize murder cases, does not prioritize robbery cases, and for 2020, the judiciary does not have interest in it. They can't expedite it, but they are in a hurry to deal with Parliament issue on Friday. Is that what you're telling me? And this whole unthinkable business of government that is supposed to have been distracted is tax waiver. This government, tax waiver na your priority. Now, so what that mean? I want to have 30%, 27 to 30% of your salary go back to government in taxes.
Who's the Supreme Court judgment no more buy on the Parliament issue? No, see, 4 seats now, no, speaker. A ruling said or declare not vacant. No, what kind paragraphs in the what started free by courts? So paragraph 1, 2, 3, 4. The 4th paragraph. I say we appreciate the agency and special circumstances presented to support the filing of this application. The agency, the 5th paragraph, also the agency and special circumstances lie in the effect of the impugned ruling, which include, and no one listed, just a almost circumstances wa asam no ho a no man tenase sa Friday no no man fa rule number ebetum de chaos about manum and no was the reason tia omo tenase no mo de omo ruling by but the name of the game is evidence so also obi ekumobi obi aye obi bibi gay issue ya what you say and no say
President Akufo-Addo was leading malicious campaign against His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Did he bring evidence?
Gay asema who can say, Omo pass and as Omo really honor, who would die?
They say.
What you say? And I say, O mine
they say. And for a 2020 election, their life doesn't matter to the judiciary.
Oh, why not? It matters.
Yes. So the judiciary doesn't prioritize issues that do not have political weight. So that is why we say that the current judiciary is politically weaponized to undermine the rule of law.
Inti anka omo ntina sinye nhwe han na we se mekwa kwata majority we se mentina minority we se nanka omanu mu ahe ana.
But did that stop that situation? It didn't stop that. Look, the whole situation at Parliament is wisdom deficiency. Opinion markings are not on press. Didn't apply wisdom. Because if they did, they would have resolved the matter without even going to court. And yet leader of the MPP in Parliament, I can assure you that we didn't have to go to the court in the first place.
And say as really the BR and tactics. And
arrogance doesn't depict good leadership. And somebody should advise Opinion Markins that he should slow down and pipe down. He's a young man, very upcoming. Arrogance doesn't make leaders.
Arrogance in a day.
And can say Mensa Bonsu, honorable Nanko, yet leader of the minority and as a majority MPP. It's wisdom deficiency and I criticize it.
And I may so make catch or say leader BR and the tactics. What is new king, new law?
Part of Opinion Markins, they are not on press. Doesn't manifest good leadership. And you answer for one more MPP, no in our quarter. And as I see, and one more MPP, I can cancel. And so the party is ungovernable. The party takes reckless decisions. The government takes decisions that today, the Upo MPP, their biggest brand, is that it's a syndicate of corruption.
Now say a call Supreme Court is so Abua Emmanuel calm down.
It has worsened things. You see, the shame that the Supreme Court have taken on this matter is unthinkable. That is why the MPP is concocting a document saying a NDC strategy and the idea.
Home put the young and the young
business
and the young
want to disrupt government business
and the young
government business then are distracted. One say tax waiver. Need loans.
Na Mustafa, Yenjina Parliament
2 months election. Would you loans?
Mustafa. Aha. Sir Ubakaya Tuesday, I mu member of Parliament, that former minority leader, Honorable Harry Nedrusu. Or can you pay Parliament House say Supreme Court, the final arbiter. This Oma Kasa, it binds Parliament. the same assemia so honorable Akrutinga Ayini.
Exactly, I agree.
And so the same thing.
I agree.
Inti
that is why the speaker took a very wise decision to adjourn parliament.
Inti and yet papa say honorable Afenyo Markin, majority leader or the court. And yet papa.
To one thing, Afenyo Markin is accusing the NDC. That he is going back to court and he is compelling that the speaker should call parliament. Afenyo Markins on one stretch seemingly say that he is fighting for justice and interpretation of the law. On the other stretch, it's inviting parliament to commit illegality. Which one is the wisdom here?
Illegality near when say or court near speaker
respects the decision of the court.
Mm-hmm.
You are asking speakers to be to the extent that the speakers reconvening parliament will have interference with the ruling of the court. I mean, I can't understand this. Let's hear here. It's wisdom deficiency.
Okay.
Mr. MPP, I want to talk to one who said, when we are Anyanta party, today they have rubbished all of that. And
okay.
They are naked.
Okay.
We have seen, sir, the MPP have departed from knowledge, they have departed from intellectuality, they have departed from wisdom. That is why today the NDC and the NPP and President Akufo-Addo's regime is the biggest scandal to have ever hit this government. The scandal that has precipitated poverty, suffering, torture of the ordinary Kenyan person. And then businessmen are crying because President Akufo-Addo mistakenly is the president.
Okay.
And the Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
All right. Mustafa Gandhi, Deputy General Secretary for the NDC. Yadase, and in Koma on Yedi, we will mind to Jumedeso on NEAT. Okay. Yadase. NEAT 100.9 FM Sunye. And Mustafa Gandhi, or ye NDC Deputy General Secretary. Na Moteni Kano.
And you ma beto to dia me baba no hwade no hwem so betumi a asew na obeka ya John to ma miensa duku portmanteau this way chocolate drink na kan wo hwe afibia so beri ni waware ni a this way chocolate drink na kan sia asew udan kan no ntumu ho me be mo anu nso hye kura de aka ho hwade e wapi ho o ka se batete e da fom ho this way chocolate drink
kra cha be pe baba ware
asew
ye fi ase this way chocolate drink ya sori anopa no ne ye nom ye bi chef fridge nom no se snack ye nya hoho anu ne de serve wo mo ye didi wie ne ye pe bibia bogu ya de so a this way chocolate drink ne ye nom and this way no ti anu a he se kire wom kokko wom prick wom bibia wom ade wo hia ne so se
this way chocolate drink
de wo hia ani so se
FDA ahwehwe se adwede nkratoe mo agye atum se eye
anokwa se de dialysis boy de pao every see grandpa enya kidney yade na watwe bia 1002 ko entie bia ni wa de beso wo ne a wo yade atete sei asene se o man mu ayedne
abotre
Debbie grandpa entie MPP abaye kire se wontimi nya bibia emfa saate bia we ho
Omanya wonwene ayarefo ho no saa man nankasa ayare neama ene nabusu ekomu ayetebia nipa bebre na mu wo man mu nanso eni daso ho magana fo nyina NDC John Mahama Banya eba bio se obebo foto a watudin Mahama Care di atai wo mo yade a etete senyechia ma omagye ayarehwe a ebi ye kidney yade cancer diabetes akoma yade sickle cell ene mojamroso yade sega na nikuta apomudin si echiba krata na se wonkuta no obetumi akọ chips compound ani apomudi atan bi akọji ayaresa saa enhyehyeye yi ebema Ghana fo dodo no a wo saa enyarewa yi bi eho ahanwom eye no kore Mahama dwene yen ho tu abama sakrai papa tu abama John Mahama ne NDC
NEAT FM Neo.
Need FM New. Woodie or exit Ponkno. Need FM New. Woodie or exit Ponkno.
The best station in the capital. Need FM